My name is Lisbeth Holmqvist Arbrandt, and I think I'm one of the oldest here that has worked longest time in the Baltic Sea with gender equality. And I must say, I met Erik in Norrköping some weeks ago when we had information in our Östergötland about European strategy. And we have a member of parliament in the European Union Parliament, Lena Ek, and she started her talk with the easiest way to reach economic growth in the Baltic Sea region is to work with gender equality and women. I remember first time I was in Riga with Norrköping Kommun, and we tried to have a workshop about gender equality. It was 1997, and I said, no, it's not possible to talk about gender equality in the public room. But I think for me it has been so much different today. And when we now have worked, Erika and Anna and me, to make a proposal of a Baltic Sea region program, we of course have to decide if we should have a for A or B or C, but A or B. And we know that Sofia and Norrtälje kommun have this quadruple helix. So we decided that we should try a new Interreg 4B. I was very active in the earlier period where we worked in a special women's project in Interreg 3A. It was called FEM, and it was to support women entrepreneurship. And we have 46 partners in all countries around the Baltic Sea. So what we are planning is to have an Interreg 4B project. And even in this time, it is about support of women innovators. And Erika and even Sofia talked about the lack of support for, especially in these branches where women are active. And this Women in Innovation, WIN project that we talk about, it is to try, even if Sweden is #1, we don't think it is #1 for the women innovators, and we think that we have to gain from this cooperation with the other countries in the Baltic Sea region. And already now, when we have addressed our network, our female network in this region, we can see that very many of these that were partners in the FEM project, and we have still this network. They are interesting to participate in this planned project too. And as I said, the WIN will strengthen the support system of today to utilize the potential of women innovators and to have women innovations as through paths, to have them commercial. And the goal is to reform the existing politics and to foster the innovations, especially in branches where many women are active, and it is tourism, especially perhaps agri-tourism and health and care sector. And strategies will be made to promote even to building clusters, of course, in these sectors to have new innovations and to have cross-border networks of women and women entrepreneurs. And the overall objective and aim is to increase the number of women innovators. And of course, as I said, about these through paths to have the innovations commercialized. Ska vi se här. Där. Some of this is a little about the work plan to create a joint knowledge base regarding the gender conditions and to develop strategies and methods for absorbing good innovations in these female-dominated branches, and even mapping and exploring cluster potentials regarding gender conditions and in the field of innovation. The target groups are from these 4 sectors that Sofia named in this, what we call it quadruhelix or quadruple helix, that we have 4 different sectors, the public, the private, the academic, and the non-profit civil sectors. And of course, this especially Malin Lindberg's thesis, doctoral thesis, is about this, that we have so much to have advantages if we could have different sectors from joint action networks where different sectors of society are involved. And especially is this in this innovation policy to support women-dominated branches. It should be a bottom-up approach, as we have in the resource center, and so we will have a wider range of actors, and we hope now that women resource centers in at least Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, and Sweden will be a part of this force leg with the civic sector. About the work plan, it is to be developed, and I shall not talk so much about it here. It is what I have mentioned before, mapping, and to work the same way as quadruple helix, to cross-fertilize between these special women branches and male branches, that is these that today have the big support from both of money and other support which we don't have for these special women branches. We will build a joint knowledge base, and here's a little about private pilot actions. And we will study the gender and innovations cluster potential and building networks. As Erika said, we have some money from the SIDA, Baltic Sea Reunion, to make the application, and we have made one report about women innovation in Östergötland. The Länsstyrelsen, the administrative board of the region, have promised to be the lead part, and Winnet Östergötland, we met in Sweden with 6 or 7 resource centers, should be a partner too, we hope, if we get the project. But we are looking for partners in all countries in the Baltic Sea region, not only these, perhaps, that work with support women innovations today. It's rather interesting because I have been the responsible for this partnership, but when I address, for example, some of my ladies in Finland, they say, oh, we must have this Queen Finland. You know, there are in every country, I know in Estonia and perhaps in Sweden too, small NGOs supporting women innovation, but these are technological innovations, and what we plan in this project is a support system that is not only working with technological innovations, it should be social innovation, and it should be in branches where we don't have so much, we don't have support today. And as I said, Östergötland Länsstyrelse is where Erika work, is the head of it and the lead partner that we plan. But if you have contacts in any country, I am happy that Ursula and Marta from Stettin have said that they should try to join the project from the university. But if you know someone that could be a suitable partner, please contact us. Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions? Oh, please, Erika, join the arena.
Not a question, but a comment. I'm from Finland, from the Baltic Institute of Finland, and I think you know my colleague Minna Handjärvi, perhaps. She received the invitation to this conference, and we're definitely interested in this program. We are running several Interreg 4B projects at the moment, also in innovation, so we would be very happy to take part in the planning, so I think I will talk to you during the break and ask you for more details.
And you know, December 15th, we have planned the first partner meeting in Stockholm, but please take contact after.
Or comments?
Yes, did I understand it correctly that you will also focus on more small-scale firms and innovations, so to say? Or
yes, we probably do. We are now working at the actual plan, so I don't know the result yet, but today is not like that.
The reason why I'm asked, because the way I understood it anyway, is that normal innovation system, when you have this university level, you have the authorities and entrepreneurs, it's mainly big companies or that can have access to the resources from the in the innovation systems, so to say. Or if you're a small company, it's not so easy to get the contacts at universities and so on. We get
yes, and that's why we also want to work through the research centers, because they remember a lot of big companies, so they are a part of the target group, as we say also.